first carry now for Kareem Hunt. Oh, nice spin.
Oh, that brought back bad memories.
The game's first play produces 6 yards. Brings up second down. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they're in sync, as we're seeing so far, where that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other, they're controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage. I like it. I like it. I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so. It gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. On play action, they'll throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And what a return as he brings this one all the way back to the 25-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts.
15 line. Sponge. No. General West. I want that. Give me that ball, defense. Give me that ball. Give me that ball, defense. Yes. Ready.
They'll run on first down. Croder. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the Raiders' 20-yard line.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Who that? Check. X3, 218, chopper. Look at me, zipper. Big rip.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4.
Mike's 50.
They'll look to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Badgley able to knock this one through, and the Chargers grab themselves a 3-0 lead. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
Let's go.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
We want it. Come to my work. Go. Hey, Jack.
2nd and 9 now. Got his man, Robbie Anderson. Solid gain of 18 and a Raider first down. Boy, the evolution of the game and how these guys in plays like that can get out of the pocket, keep plays alive, it just makes things so much harder for defenses.
It really does, and we're talking about an era in the game where the quarterbacks are the most athletically gifted that we've seen in a bunch. I mean, when you talk about collectively, it's unbelievable. So their ability to move is practiced now. It's not necessarily, oh, he just took off and you guys figure it out. When he takes off, everyone knows where to go now. They know how to run routes, change things, make themselves presentable for the quarterback. It's a lot of time that they put in on it. It's not just your static 1, 2, 3. This is where the ball goes anymore.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Back to throw here. And that is incomplete.
And 3rd down is a key down in any game you play. And 3rd down defense, something we got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and it'll be Charger football here as they take over.
At their own 29-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs. So they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29.
Hey.
They'll run for the first time with Austin Eckler. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
Ready up. Mike 27. Hey, wahoo.
Let's go.
Yep.
Let's get on the field, defense.
Mike 27, Mike 27, Mike 27.
In your face.
Hey, check Mike 27, check Mike 27. Go. Mike 27, Mike 27, Mike 27. Get it.
They'll set up to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
We call that sack block.
4th down, and on is Ty Long to punt. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
With the score, Chargers 3, Raiders 0.
So on 4th down, here's Ty Long to punt for the Chargers. He gets this away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds.
First and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Ready, break.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you've got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's get this thing done. Because within that unit of 11, sometimes one guy can make a big-time play and break through the barrier.
Brings up second and 7 at the 31-yard line.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Hey, pick your game up.
Check 52.
They'll run with Hunt on 2nd down. Extending the arm.
Oh, yes, it works.
Give him 12 yards that time and an Oakland first down.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
49 down.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Looking left sideline. It's complete. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
Check, 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 check.
On first down, they'll run with Hunt. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Give them 12 yards that time and an Oakland first down.
Well, think of it like you would a typical boxing match. The person is on his heels and absorbing blows is having a tough time. And that's what's happening to the defense right now because the offense is on his toes and punching. And there's another first down run right there.
The Raiders into the red zone for the first time. It's 1st and 10 from the 12. Back to the ground. This time Cook. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Hey, Charlie.
58 to Mike, 58. 58 to Mike.
Hey, let's get some penetration here. Let's get some penetration. 5.
Here's 2nd and 8. And that is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. From 10 yards out. And the Raiders have taken the lead. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
Santos with the extra point, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
The Chargers take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. It's been an awfully slow start for them. This is their 3rd possession. They don't have a first down yet.
So that means they have to change up what they're doing, and for some teams, it's a change in tempo, usually moving it to more up-tempo type of an offense, just to try and change their fortunes right now. What they've been doing so far isn't working. Maybe they'll do that.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Pilot, 64, weak. 27.
Here we go, D.
Hey, check Mike, 27. Check Mike, 27.
2nd and 10. Open man is Cameron Batson. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
Makes it 3rd and 4.
Mike 27, Mike 27. Hey, orbit. We got to get to the ball, T. We got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving. Converge. Hey, check Mike 27. Check Mike 27.
Now back to throw. He'll get this one complete to Davis. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That one will go down as 33 yards on the third down conversion. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. They'll try the left side. Crowder. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Watch tight end. Even. 4 down. Even.
Get it.
2nd and 6. Complete. It's Henry. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3 our score. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL.
Kill. Ready.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. He'll get this to Eckler. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the 1st.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they've rallied and made the tackle.
Oh, this one pushed to the right. Badgley missed it. No good. And this score will stay right where it is. So it's an empty trip downfield there as they get a missed field goal on 4th down.
And I didn't see anything in the setup. It's a good snap, good hold.
Yep.
He just pushed it, and that one never wanted to come back.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of 6s. Back-to-back, what a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. They're going to look to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3.
Hey, Haywood. Shoot.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Open man is Westbrook, complete. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. This quarterback now 6 of 10 in this first half. He's got his guys a first down here. Looking to throw. The open man is Westbrook. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
First down, Raiders.
On the double. Check. They're not ready for this, man. They're not ready for this. They still playing soccer.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Incomplete in the end zone. Derwin James on the coverage.
So on second down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. From the right hash, just a 34-yard attempt. So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
That's fielded in the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Charger drive about to get going. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well,
the ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off at the 48. And the Raiders are in for 6. Touchdown. Ah, yes, the old tip drill works to perfection there.
You're bringing back great memories. Used to love that drill. And a lot of times in practice, you work on it, not just one tip, but multiple tips, just in case the ball stays in the air for a while, to have an awareness and the ability to go up and grab it, and then you want to get some blocking support and end up in the opposite end zone.
In that tip drill, what do you yell?
For us, it was Oski. Okay, Oski was an interception.
For different teams.
Different teams have different ways of doing it. I've heard bingo, jackpot. The worst I ever heard, though, was Frankenstein. You don't want it to be a
too many syllables.
You want to get it right down and go. Oski is really the preferred word.
Oski. The Charger drive about to get going. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Raiders pick it up. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense.
You draw Corker. Go. Motion, check. Get it.
To begin the drive, here's a handoff to Hunt. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
After the loss to start out, here's second and 11.
Hey, high 7. 57, go. Bring it. Ready.
Second and 11. He'll rifle this one deep right side. This is caught inside the 15. That all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. D.D. Westbrook, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Santos able to tack on the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
You always hear about empty possessions.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Carl Joseph. And he will bring this across midfield to the 49-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where is he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Gets this to Kareem Hunt, his running back. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Give him 3 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 3.
Down. 70, Indy. Record.
Here's a 2nd and 7. That one is caught by Hunt. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Give him 12 yards that time and an Oakland 1st down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Back to throw now on 1st down. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. It's a 6-yard loss on the play. And it'll be a 2nd and long.
Ready. 10-2 stop.
I got you, boy. Shit.
They'll get 4 back there on the run, but now they're looking up at a 3rd and 12 situation.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Hey, echo.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Nasir Adderley. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line. They needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the 3rd quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He'll get this complete to Batson. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
At the 12-yard line.
Hey, check Mike, 27. 5.
I'm going to come back to you.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And this is complete. It's Allen. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Keenan Allen, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the interception by the Chargers D leads to a touchdown. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that cuts the lead to 24-10. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they've got the lead here getting late into the third quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that. But the rushing game, almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Check me out. Check me out. Check safety.
Yes, yes.
Check 3.
Look at me. Go, go.
Check 13. Check
Get ready.
They run again with Hunt.
Go, go, go.
And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. And they will finally drag him down at the Chargers' 34.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Pretty solid run here on 1st down. Almost picked up another first, but he appears to be a few inches short. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches.
Check 99. Check 37. Check 37.
Look at me. Zipper. Now.
They run it again with Cook. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
A loss of a yard on the play. And it's 3rd down.
1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. The Raiders on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. He'll have a 1st down inside the 10. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10.
Let's go.
Check.
They'll look to throw. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Robbie Anderson, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Santos with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you score points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
That one goes for 24 yards. So 1 play, and they're already just shy of midfield. On play action, they'll throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same Surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
And 10 yards to go.
So now 3rd and 10. They had the big play to start the drive, but 2 incompletions since.
Mike 27, Mike 27, Mike 27.
He'll look to throw. And it's complete. Henry. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 33. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory. Down at the 33. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Complete. Hunter Henry with a grab. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 22-yard line.
X3, 218, jump.
First down. 1st and 10.
Ready?
On first down, Crowder. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
6-6, pull it high.
Here's 2nd and 8. Completes it to Davis. And I think the ball's out. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. If the ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
15 line.
Watch tight, tight ends right. Watch tight, tight ends right.
Now.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. On the move to his left. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So he was past the line of scrimmage when he threw it.
And as they say, that's a no-no. Got to be able to understand where you are on the field and not cross the line before throwing the ball downfield.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game, and that was a big talk both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them holding them under 200 today.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this will be caught in the end zone for a Chargers touchdown. A 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Chargers, they're able to cut into that deficit. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And the lead will be cut down to 14. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
Here we go.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
At the 18-yard line.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down.
Hey, Charlie.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. And oh, look at that, a diving catch. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first.
I'd have to say that whenever you see a good post route run, they do not like to let it end without the catch. Hence, that great diving play.
Yeah, lay it up there, let him go get it, and he got it. .31 yards there and a first down.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, We're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Let's stop.
So it's Raider football as we get you reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. 2nd and 2. Fighting through pressure. Able to get away.
That's why you keep the legs churning.
And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
They certainly thought they had him surrounded and probably thought they were going to get him on the ground and get the sack, but he was able to elude that, and even though it threw it incomplete downfield, if you're a defensive back, you're loving the pressure that you're seeing from your front.
That one complete to Anderson. That all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Robbie Anderson, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful.
17.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. And they're going to have really good starting field position here as that's taken up close to the 40. The Charger drive about to get going. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing.
And the Raiders have got him. Cleveland Farrell. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. They'll set up to throw. Now a desperation throw. Oh, wide open, complete. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Keenan Allen, his 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. And the Chargers are able to close the gap just a bit.
You got to understand situational football because they're playing with the lead here late in the ball game. So the back defender has got to be as deep as the deepest receiver. Keep everything in front of you, rally up and make the play.
Yeah, you would think they have the 3-score lead. Now it's down to 2, but 3-score lead here late, that they wouldn't give up a big pass play like that, but they did. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go!
At their own 19-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. Desmond King making the tackle. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hunt. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock.
Coming this way. Here we go. Here we go.
Hey, Haywood. On 2.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Open man is Anderson. A big pickup there, and without question, that should be more than enough to wrap this one up. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. On the run, this is Hunt. He's got a first down and more inside the 30, and all the way down to the 25-yard line. Now the Chargers will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. On first down, they go right back to Hunt. A strong broken tackle on that one. And then they get him to the ground just shy of the 15. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. So this one, a victory for the Oakland Raiders, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls.